All right, in this video, I'm going to share my personal perspective on Vancouver real estate, and it's either going to make you feel better or help you, or it's going to trigger an emotional response out of you and you're going to get pissed off. But if you are open to a new perspective, stay tuned. Vancouver real estate has obviously gotten extremely expensive over the last, basically 10 years. It's gotten pretty expensive now, and you can see from the comments on YouTube, every other social media platform, that people are pissed off and resentful. And it's basically turned into a massive blame game of like, it's the government's fault, it's the investors, it's inflation, it's foreign investors, it's speculators, it's flippers. It's just turned into like a massive pointing fingers kind of thing. So I'm gonna share my perspective on how I look at Vancouver real estate, and hopefully it will help somebody out. The way that I see how expensive everything has gotten here is I almost kind of enjoy how hard it is to buy real estate here. I almost kind of like it. And the reason why is when I do eventually get into that detached house at some point in my life, the almighty detached house that almost all of our parents got to live in, but it really wasn't a big deal back then. When I finally do get there, after all the hard work, sacrifice, everything that I've been through, it will have so much more meaning. It'll be such a meaningful accomplishment, as very few get to enjoy it these days. In our world, in life, we only know what things are or the value of things because we can contrast or compare them to other things. For example, I know that this desk is wood because it's not concrete. I know that this pen is a pen because it's not a pencil. I know I'm happy because I'm not sad. I know it's cloudy outside because it's not sunny. I know when I eventually get that detached house, it'll be amazing because I've lived the majority of my adult life in a 1983 two-bedroom apartment with no in-suite laundry. People who bought their first detached home in Vancouver for $150,000 in the 80s probably wouldn't have appreciated it as much as somebody buying their first detached home for $2 million. They just wouldn't have the contrast to appreciate it as much. They probably weren't paying $3,200 a month rent for a one-bedroom for years and years and years, and then worked their way up the property ladder. They probably just, all right, it's time to move out of my parents' house, detached home. And I'm not saying that it wasn't hard to buy a detached home back then. It's always been hard. But what I'm saying is that it has gotten exponentially harder these days. And because of that, the people who are buying them today have more contrast, as they likely had to work their way up to that detached home and go through more things to get there. So if you're struggling right now and you're paying $3,000 a month rent and you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, just know that it's completely possible for you to own a home here. Don't get stuck in that trap of thinking it's impossible. Don't listen to the people telling you it's impossible. Don't get stuck in that echo chamber. It's not helping you. And when you finally do get there, you will have the contrast and the comparison to actually appreciate what you have. We all know the rich kid who was born into money, who doesn't know how good he has it. But at the end of the day, how could he? He's never been on the other side. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm that Agent Kelly. I'm making moves to move you. Peace.